Welcome to our second annual Tech ERG Summit. We're excited to have everyone here. It made a lot of sense to partner and put together this conference that brings together ERG leaders, DEI leaders, and ERG professionals to really connect, learn, and share with each other the work that we're doing.
So some people just need to allow me to reintroduce myself. These are our standards. These are our values. This is what we really say is important in order to come back to the office and be an active member of the community.
Welcome today. How are we feeling?
You know, it's giving 8 out of 10, so I'm excited.
So can we get to 10 out of 10 by the end of this panel?
Maybe.
Dosti, our South Asian population, they individually did their videos of them dancing and sharing what they do with their families, again, for the world to see. And so I think it was just so inspiring to see how we can shift at the drop of a hat and still stay resilient through these times.
I think companies really need to be careful of like, oh, we have ERGs, so we're done, we'll let them do everything. No. What companies need to do is put people in those seats where it is their everyday job, and then those people work with the ERGs, and it's a partnership. You get a book! You get a book!
You get a book. You get a book. I love that. Do I get a book?
Yes. And so it's a lot less about like the chips and salsa and a lot more about like, I feel like I owe it to our members to really deliver results to them to make their lives better, to advocate for them in like tricky situations where they are living under systematic oppression. And that's really, for me, the point of an ERG.
I also just want to flag that the Great Resignation is a thing that exists and happens in part because people feel unhappy, unsupported, etc. And a lot of times ERGs are called in to fill that gap.
Thank you so much for sharing. So much of our childhood experiences really shape who we become, who we are. And then we spend so much of our adulthood, if we discover early enough, basically unraveling all of that and working through it. And it comes up in so many different ways.
I was just going to say, one of the benefits of being in an ERG, there's power in numbers. So absolutely.
I think there is an opportunity for allies just to really advocate for these groups, and like if a tragedy occurs or if a crisis occurs, taking the lead on educating other folks on what has happened so that responsibility doesn't fall on the employees who identify as that group.
I know as ERG leaders, we are tired because we're doing so much work on top of our regular job. So how do we refill our cup? And so I think it's really, really powerful to start with the question of what does success look like to you? And as a leader or an ERG program manager, you be the one to get the data they need to measure that.
Speaking is necessary but not sufficient. So it's speaking as one voice and bringing a chorus of voices to speak as well. I think that begins the process of bringing the changes we want to see.
I have found incredible value in attending amazing conferences like these, but also just reaching out on LinkedIn and finding other folks that are in this, they're ERG leaders or leading ERG oversight. And those conversations, those one-to-one moments just can be so insightful. So just want to encourage people to continue this work, but also don't feel like you're in it alone.
Yes, I'm actually out of 10. I feel like this was like such a dope, meaningful conversation.
Yes, I loved it.
Right? A lot of times panels can be so like, oh, whatever, let's do the textbook answer. Like, nah, we just leaned in and we had the conversation. And I'm really, really appreciative for this space.